think we got it. I'm not mad at that. Well, we're back. We made it back to Philippines. I guess we're all hiding behind fans today. I don't know what's happening. I guess I'm doing the intro from behind here. Hello. Anyway, mabuhay bakla, because I'm learning Filipino terms. Gays, hello, hi. And welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. Before anybody says anything, yes, I have slept since the last episode. Thank you very much. Several people commented. Thank you. Anyway, I'm just drinking water because hydration is important.
People commented about that?
Yes, several people were like, Logan, you need to rest. And to that I said, yes.
Oh.
But also I have a lot going on in my life. So what is sleep anymore?
I have no idea. I did not check out. That's the crazy thing. I watched the podcast, but I didn't look at the comments.
Wow, Lana.
I mean, look, you have things going on in your life. I have things going on in my life. So be lucky I even watched the podcast.
Well, to be fair, you don't do the commenting on the replies on this channel, at least.
Not on this channel. I don't.
Not on this channel. So it's okay.
Right. And if I do comment on this channel, it'll be from my own personal account. But I just didn't do it. I just didn't. But hey, y'all, enough about me talking about comments and things. Up. I am Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am drinking the last of my Coca-Cola. It's very much the last of it. And if I was drinking anything else, I'll be drinking out of my handy dandy cup, which is now my holder for my brush, my pens, my remotes. All the things are in here. So, panel full of cup mugs. Beer.
There goes.
Panel full of cup mugs. Panel full of cup mugs. Beer. Okay. But you can get your cup mug at lanajuicecreations.etsy.com, where we do ship internationally and domestically here in the U.S. So there are no excuses. And you know who I'm looking at, Philippines. I'm looking at you. I've been looking at you, and I'm still looking at you. Get your cup merch. Perfect.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I don't know why. I randomly decided to go with my Jinx Monsoon shirt. Love me some Jinx. And I am drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you.
Oh, I forgot.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
One day I'll get it right and remember that.
We certainly didn't last week because David
surely
wasn't
did.
here.
We surely didn't. And I thank you now.
And I don't thank you.
Oh.
But I will thank you if you subscribe to the channel and like this.
Period.
There you
go.
Because every subscription means that we can do more fun things over here, such as more podcasts. Well, we're already going to do more podcasts, but like the subscribers help.
I mean, it motivates us to do more podcasts. The more you show up, the more we like, we should keep doing that.
Yeah.
Y'all stop coming, we stop doing it.
Yes. We also have two other channels for Almost All Things Reality TV and Almost All Things Eurovision Song Contest. So make sure to go check out our link tree. I forget to mention that specifically, but the link tree has all of the links down below.
Period.
I just saw a comment on another video about it. So it was like that. Yes. But yes, we're back. It is episode 2 of Drag Den, season 2. Yeah, and thankfully we have David back.
Yay.
So someone can keep us on track.
And so I'm back from Paris, France.
You are literally back from Paris, France. Bitch.
Somebody's hater.
Well, perhaps.
I'm about to say, it was a little hateration going on you, David, last week, too. So.
Oh, yeah. We were like, David, F him.
I heard.
I didn't
at
say
2.6 speed.
Mm-hmm.
Which was also mentioned last.
Yep, I noticed.
But since you weren't here for the premiere, David, would you like to have your moment?
Sure.
Great. Love it.
This is your moment! Have it!
So I thought the premiere was really, really good. I think they're upping the game this season. I really love this girl group. Like, I know that they didn't write their own verses, but it still was so good. Like, the standard's high in Philippine drag. I am so impressed with Russia Fox and her look. She is so good. She's eating it when it comes to the looks. Of course, Marlyn is too. I was still kind of confused on why they kept calling her Heartburn. I still don't get it. They dropped that this week, I guess. Deja's amazing. In fact, I'm pretty sure Deja should have won that Dragdagulan. But I think they wanted the storyline with Elvira getting the win. But I don't think Elvira should have been in the bottom in the first place. I'm really liking that Manila's just leaning into the English now. She's like, this is the language I speak. I'm not going to fake it. But yeah, I think this is
Heartburns does actually show up again this week.
Oh.
Briefly. We'll talk about it. Because I only noticed it on the second watch through. But yes, so we come back into the den, and we find out our rankings. But I want to acknowledge, because we did not show her off at all last week, Sassa Girl is here, and she looks gorge in this calendar extravaganza.
Sassa Girl, I will say I am very sorry, and I feel very ashamed that I forgot to put you in the slideshow, but you showed me because you look amazing this week. Mm-hmm. You're fabulous in your calendar look, and you were funny, and you were great, and I enjoyed you this week, and I will enjoy you from weeks to come. You're a great Sassa Girl.
She is. She's bringing the polish this season too, because she was so gritty last season, which I liked. But now I'm like, oh, this is a transformation.
I was gonna say, do we think that has anything to do with like the evolution of the den itself?
It could
maybe.
Or it could be.
Which a lot of people in our comments, I was gonna say, well, it seems like budget, but then it also seems like not as much budget. Like it's strange, and a lot of people were talking about the set. David, what do you think about the new set?
I like the set. My issue with it in the first episode was the lighting, but honestly, I think they improved the lighting in the second. Like they must have realized, oh, we can't see people when they go to the back. So. Yeah, because it was not an issue when like I don't want to get ahead of myself, but during the Dragdagulan, it was not an issue like seeing people when they went in the background this time.
Dragdagulan!
Yep, I didn't get scared that time.
Lana might have. I don't know. Okay. Well, we find out the overall rankings from last week's Themewear and Main Drag Showcase. Obviously, we know Deja won.
Deserve. And I love
me.
hearing deserve all the time on these shows.
I know. I'm like, we're gonna like more deserve. I'm just
deserve.
Yes.
I like it I like it when they say it in the different ways. Like
it's shady. It's almost shady. Always shady.
It's like a little shady, like deserve. Oh, like that was deserved. And then you get the oh, you won. Deserved.
Mhm.
Deserved. Like you ate that down for real. You ate one down for
One
real.
down.
So that's
Let that
deserved.
sink
1,
in.
2, 3, deserve.
Right, deserved. Let that sink in, baby.
Yep.
You deserve. So I love the
Yes.
different variables of deserved.
Yes. So we find out our overall ranking. Obviously, Deja won. A very rightful second place, in my opinion, and probably everybody else's opinion here, was Russia Fox.
Mhm.
With Mrs. Tan in third,
Mhm.
Margaux in fourth, Feyvah in fifth, Moy in sixth. I said it right this time. I want to say
But you
Moi,
said
but it's
Feyvah
not.
wrong.
No, it's Feyvah.
Oh, well, they
It's
said
Feyvah.
Feyvah in
They're
the
said
show.
saying
Feyvah.
it both ways.
Okay.
There are people saying it both ways, so I'm gonna probably do both ways.
I about to say Manila said Feyvah, so I was like, oh, is it Feyvah?
Okay,
Oh.
Feyvah in fifth. We'll go with that. Moy in
Tell
sixth.
us in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. I don't know. Jean in seventh. Marlyn in eighth. Maria in ninth, as we know, because Elvira was in 10th
Mm-hmm.
and was gonna go home if she did not win.
Dragdagulan na!
But she won.
Dragdagulan na!
And because she won,
Dragdagulan na!
she wasn't the first one eliminated.
Mm.
I do have to say, we'll talk about it later, but my conspiracy theory is coming true.
No.
Yeah,
No.
a little bit.
Mm-mm.
Just a scotch. Just a scotch.
A piece of it is.
A piece of it.
But not the whole
I
thing.
will remind the audience what I said last week when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
But did any of the overall rankings shock either of you?
Not particularly, especially knowing what we already knew.
Right.
I was happy that Mrs. Tan was third because for me, she was definitely like the third standout from the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So that felt correct. That felt deserved. Everything else was like, honestly, like it was hard for me to even judge that first episode because everybody was good. Like even Maria Lava, like I do think overall she might have had the weakest night, but like by most standards, that was perfectly safe.
But she didn't have the weakest night. She had the 9th best night. And sometimes that's all it takes.
I mean, I don't think
Drag
I'll ever had the worst night. But I do want to mention I'm very sad to see Maria go. And I really liked how raw Manila was with her. Like that felt so genuine. So I really appreciate that aspect of Manila's hosting for sure.
Well, and a lot of people in the comments as well were talking about how Manila had signed on to Dragdagulan originally because it was a non-elimination show, and I guess there was a lot of back and forth about it being an elimination. And yeah, and we saw a bit of that emotion as well this week. I think she was a little bit more prepared, obviously, because she had already done it. But yeah, so we get the rankings. We find out that the Themewear challenge for the week is Pinoy Camp. And I love camp. So I was very thrilled to see this.
Another thing I wanted to bring up that came up early in this episode was when they were all like talking about their rankings and everything, and they were talking to Marlyn, and she was like, well, I realize it's a competition now, so I'm gonna like step it up. And she said it very meekly, and somebody was like, stop shouting, Marlyn. Like,
I know. Oh, because they end up like reading each other. This was a weird segment. This was a really strange segment where they're like in groups read each other. And there was no like winner of it. But I have to say, speaking of Marlyn, my favorite was actually hers.
Yep, mine
because
too.
They put her with Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And Russia was like, oh, I'm going to eat this girl up. And Marlyn goes, at least I'm settled, unlike your filler. Girl.
Russia was like it was like, oh, she got the girl.
I mean,
she
I love Russia, but she not that wrong.
No, she's not that wrong. Because
I love Russia Fox.
Her fillers are little. Her fillers are little.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
I agree with you.
Look, it's not her fault. It's the doctor's fault.
Exactly.
it's the doctor's fault.
Exactly.
She ain't do it.
Blame the doctor.
I blame the doctor. But
it was a good read. I was just like, give it some oomph, girl.
no, because see that read didn't need the oomph. That read was like a slide, one of them slides off the, you know, the ones you do.
I think about you all the time, especially in the morning at the bus stop. Like it's very that energy for me.
Yep.
David know what I'm talking about because he do it all the time with the little.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The little slide under the cover. We don't even hear it coming until after it's said it. And like,
I'm the nice one.
Bullshit.
Okay,
who's the nice one?
I mean, ain't nobody saying that
because we're all equally
has a nice one. We all shady. There is no nice one here. There's a quiet
Who's the next one? Brandon, probably.
Oh no, Brandon's super shady too. Please.
Oh, true.
He got a whole shady button. He bought it. There is no nice one. None of us here on this podcast is nice. We're all shady cows and heifers and all kind of foolishness. We all shade each other from time to time.
Here's the nice one.
Yes, the nice one is Lily.
The nice one is Lily, yes.
Correct.
Because I'm about to say, now David might not be the shadiest, but he is shady. Some of us shade people more than others. Logan.
Hi.
It's you.
Hi.
Logan shades everybody all of the time. And we be like,
well, usually it's deserved, so
sometimes. Ooh, David,
I just speak the truth.
Ooh, you hear that, David? It's deserved.
Ooh.
Deserve.
Speaking of shade, we got to get into this whole situation with the Themewear. Because we find out that Jean is going to be presenting Maria's Themewear.
I mean, she begged her to wear it.
She
practically
begged me to wear it. Now, I was on the side of not Jean, because I think it was Moy and Margaux were like the two that were kind of like, but what the fuck, girl? And I wasn't on Jean's side until she was like, oh no, but in the argument, I was like, well, I have to exaggerate something. And just to make my point. And as soon as she explained that, I was like, oh, okay, well, I get that. Like, to an extent.
Right. I was like, yeah, it's weird that you're wearing her Themewear. But the whole problem seemed to be more that she said she practically begged me to wear the Themewear. And I'm like, that's like the least offensive part of this whole thing. Like, that's just her being funny.
Right.
So I was like, why are you all focusing on the wrong thing? Why not focus on the fact that she's not wearing her own clothing for the challenge?
I mean, but
her barrel broke.
I'm about to say, but then she said her costume broke. Not supposedly, David.
I mean, I believe her, but you never know.
I mean, who knows? But
you know who doesn't do drag and doesn't travel to a drag competition to do drag and have things break? David Healy.
And me.
I mean,
and all of us, but mostly David.
Mostly me.
I mean, I've never traveled to a drag show or had anything, but I have traveled to shows and stuff did not.
I too.
Right?
I mean,
my heel broke. My necklace broke.
I traveled to a drag competition show this past weekend. I just didn't compete in it, but I watched it.
You are something else.
In Paris, hosted by Cookie Kinty.
How many more times do you want to mention Paris today? I want to keep it.
No, he said mostly me. Mostly. I'm like, I'm a little bit closer than the rest of you because at least I did part of that statement. I traveled to a drag competition show.
That is true. I have traveled to competition shows. It wasn't drag.
Same.
I've done
traveled to Drag Con.
Well,
it's not that difficult of a trip for me to make, though. Anyway,
we're getting off the rails here, people. But here we go. Back to this argument that I found was very petty and really silly because I was like, so what? She brought out this girl's clothes. So what? She made a little joke and said she practically begged me to do it. Y'all be it's like Jean can't say a thing around these girls without them jumping on her. She can't say
Easy target.
nothing. And it's like because she's only been doing drag for 6 months, y'all feel like y'all can treat her any kind of way. And that is not cute or cool in any kind of way, because who would want to work with y'all in the future? Who would want to learn from you when all you doing is bad mouthing me every time I speak? She's trying to learn. She's figuring things out. Think about when you were a queen starting out and how you were making mistakes and figuring stuff out and how you wanted people to treat you. And they act like they didn't forget all that. They like, 6 months, she can't say nothing. Every time she opened her mouth, you dumb heifer, you dumb bee, you stupid this, you stupid that. I'm like, let the girl breathe. Let Jean breathe. I felt bad for Jean in this episode. I was like, my God. And I like, some shady cattiness, foolishness going on, but I was like, y'all carrying this too far. If you were going into a new school and the first day you go to school, this is the whole thing. Everybody come and attack you. You like, I'm going back to this school. I don't want to come here. I can't breathe here. I can't be comfortable here. That girl is not comfortable, and they are just, feel like they're going out of their way to make her feel uncomfortable. And I had a problem with that issue, and then something else that happened later. I was just like, y'all are really, really awful to this girl, and she did not deserve it just because she's 6 months in. Sure, she's not polished. Sure, she's learning some stuff. Yes, she's gonna make some mistakes. Yes, she's gonna say some jokes that you might find disrespectful, but she like, I'm just trying to do what y'all do. I'm sitting here watching y'all banter back and forth with each other, and she said the same thing. She called you a dumb bitch, but the second I call you a dumb bitch, it's a problem. Wait a minute, how is
the math ain't math in here?
It really I'm like, let that girl breathe. Let her figure some things out. And if you really want to help her, pull her aside and try to talk to her like a normal human being instead of snapping on her and yelling at her and making it in front of the cameras so she look bad on TV in front of everybody. And producers go put that on the TV. You know they gonna put that out there. Anytime they snapping on her and calling her out her name, they gonna put that on TV because that makes good TV apparently. But and let that girl breathe. Jean just want to breathe.
I guess. Well, shall we move to Themewear?
Absolutely.
Great. But first, guess what? We get to look at Sassy Girl again.
Period.
Because I didn't change the slide. So, Sassy Girl again.
You're wonderful and beautiful, and I love Sassy Girl. Yes, I do. Even though I forgot her last week, I love Sassy Girl. I don't want y'all coming for me in the comments.
I can confirm no one came for you in the comments about that.
Somebody did. I just read it. They were like, it was unjustful. And I was like, I know it was, so I am sorry.
Just kidding. I lied on you several times.
I just looked.
Great.
But
I put all of the judges' photos at the start of the slideshow here, just so we can talk about all of them.
Great.
At once, because there were 2 rounds of photos.
Mm-hmm.
First, this Manila. I love this.
I think she nailed it.
Yeah, I think she did. She looks good. I am still loving this. I am still loving the streak in her hair.
That is classic Manila.
Mm-hmm.
That is
very
cute. If
there is nothing else that is signature Manila, that is she every time. Almost every time.
It works. It works. It's so good. And I like how it just goes with every style she puts there. It's so good. But this outfit is very much socialite, going to travel, going somewhere, very old school, classic, like off to catch a plane. To jet setter, if you will.
Yeah, I like the suitcase. It reminds me of a suitcase I had when I went to Paris.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Good. I can believe that. Mm-hmm.
I just know Logan's looking for that trap door right now.
It's not worth my time.
I'm just keeping a tally. That's all.
We're up to 3.
So far, we're up to 3. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, you all asked for it.
Yep, I'm waiting. We kind of did.
I did not do anything of the sort.
I mean,
Anyway.
If we're gonna go to Paris, you go talk about it every single time you can.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about our guest drag enforcer, Rufa Mae Quinto, who was the highlight of the episode for me.
She was so fun.
Everyone in the comments was like, oh my god, y'all will get to encounter Rufa Mae next week. And we got a little bit of it. A scotch. Lana, you will have a scotch very soon. In your journey through season 1 of Drag Race Philippines.
Okay.
I won't say who, but someone does her for Snatch Game on that season.
Oh.
So I was familiar with the somewhat comedic stylings of Rufa Mae. And then our drag agent on duty, Luca Vega.
Yeah, I love her.
Not in prison anymore, thank God.
Well,
can I also? I know this is jumping the gun, but the moment when she went, Rufa went backstage to talk to the girls, and they just kept putting up like all these different images to cover up her boobs.
Yeah, because her tits were out.
Was that what it was? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, her tits were out.
Her tits were out, David.
Wait, and it was. Go ahead.
They eventually showed it, and they were not out
because she fixed it.
She hiked up her dress.
She came in, and she literally was like, "Woo!
Go, 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 go!"
And she did it, and then that's when they started doing it. And then when she kind of pulled it up, it kind of still was popping out, and so they kept doing stuff. Like my favorite one was the hair. When the girl was standing behind, and they had her hair sticking out, I was like, "Not the hair."
I like the toothpaste.
Oh my god! I like just the random squiggles. Just squiggles moving. I'm like,
you can't go wrong with a cat.
I was like,
I mean,
it looked like she was holding the cat. Like you.
I mean, the titties look good, so show them off, girl. I guess.
Yeah, I'm showing them off.
My roommate was like, "Oh, they have the editors doing drag den."
Yes.
The editors are just having so much fun with this show, and I love it for them, and I love it for us.
Because Lana and I talked about it last week. We didn't get the whole like editing, especially when it came to the
Dragdagulan.
But I was like, oh, duh, because it's like video game editing. Duh. And as soon as I got it, I was like, oh, this just makes everything campier overall, and I kind of love it. But yes, and then their second looks for when we get everything.
Oh, yes.
The only photo I was able to get of a full look of Nicole, so don't come for me. They didn't show Nicole's whole red look, but it was gorge. And I love this Polaroid dress. I'm like, come on, Polaroid dress. I will say of the two Manila looks, I think I prefer the first one, but I don't mind this one.
I actually like this one better.
Okay.
I thought this one was really cute and unique.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like this one better too.
Okay. Well, you're both entitled to your wrong opinion. No, I'm kidding.
You know.
I also have to say, I love Pura in this long blonde wig. Like, it's so not what I'm used to, but I love it. And then Rufa Mae decided to actually cover the titties this time. Thank God. Thank God.
No, I wanted more squiggles.
More titties.
More. Release the squiggles.
We want more titties here at the cup.
Sure.
So, that part. Because women do drag too, Manila. But we've got our Themewear, Pinoy Campyons.
I love this background.
The logo was cute. I was like, I had to pull the logo because the logo's cute. The whole background of this, though, I have to say, is just Manila walking. Yeah, okay, David. It's just a solid color. Fuck you, David. I'm leaving.
Wait, because I was looking down when you said it, and so when I looked up, I'm like,
No, that was just for you, Lana.
I
That
know.
was
I
just for you.
appreciate it so much because I literally was looking down when you said it, and so when I looked up and saw, I was like, but I do love the look. I love that you pulled the thing from it because that was very pretty.
Thank you, Lana.
You're
Me
welcome.
too. And I love the background. It's just a pretty color.
It is a pretty color. Thank you, David.
It is a pretty color.
What color would you even call that?
Mauve.
Mauve.
I would call it mauve.
I would call it mauve.
I would call it dusty mauve, actually, because there's too much gray in it for it to just be mauve.
Absolutely, you're right.
This is the color of my pillowcases. Actually, fun fact.
Okay.
Well, look at
I was
you.
like, where are you going with this? Oh, I'm very familiar with Dusty Mauve. I have a mirror.
Oh my god! David was the shady one. Oh god! How do we come back from this?
I don't know. I'm trying to segue. It's not working.
Oh gosh!
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
We're sorry, people.
I'm sorry.
If you haven't subscribed already, shit, do it. Because
oh my god, I really hope this is being released at the time. So for short, yes. Ooh, okay. I have to go. We're just gonna move.
Thank you. First off, Elvira.
Ooh.
Oh,
let me go
not
first.
my favorite look. Go ahead, David.
Okay. It was not my favorite look either, but there are things I like about it. I like the headpiece. I like the what would you call this stuff? The stuff just jetting out of her, like the hibiscus part.
Okay.
The sleeves?
The sleeve. I mean, they're not. Sleeves cover arms. This covers air.
He likes partially. The way it's shooting out.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
I know David likes the way it shoots out. Go ahead.
See, we can't stay there. We have to move from that spot. We can't stay here. I need everybody to clear their minds from this spot and move.
My move. So I don't think the jumpsuit is the best. And it didn't fit as well as I would have liked it to.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought it was decent. I didn't hate it. I just want more because I really like Elvira. She's one of my favorite personalities. So I just want the fashion to kind of match the personality.
Yeah. The jumpsuit for me could just go. It was not good. I was like, I don't like this jumpsuit at all. I didn't like the fit. I didn't like what it looked like. I just didn't like it. Now, did I like the sleeves and the hibiscus part? Yes. I liked the wig a little bit. It was a little frizzy for me, but I still liked it. But her makeup was good. It was the jumpsuit that just did it for me. That kind of took me out of it. And I was like, oh, well, it's all right. But I still didn't hate it enough to give it a super low score. It was just, it was all right.
I love the concept. I definitely agree with the main point for me, which y'all said as well. The bodysuit just doesn't fit. But otherwise, I do love the wig being the piston, like a piston. Pistol?
Yeah, the piston.
Piston?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know flower things. So whatever. The wig.
Pistol and stamen.
Wig, thank you. This hair hat wig is hair hat wigging in a flower sort of way, and I like it. I like the jutting out into air section, as David calls it. I love the detail in the flower part itself. I just want the rest of it to be up to the same standard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all really. I was mildly disappointed by this from Elvira. Scores.
I still gave it 72.
I gave it a 70.
I'm gonna give it a 74. Just to be different. Next up, Marlyn. And this is where you can see it at the bottom of her notebook. It says heartburns.
Oh, it does. It's
sure
almost
does.
like she didn't know which name to go with.
It's almost like she should have put more effort into the reveal of this look.
Oh,
I like them.
Me too.
I think the look is cute.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought it was cool how she got it to just expand. Like she just pulled something and it expanded. I thought that was pretty cool.
So it's we've seen a lot of it on drag programming where it's a propulsion, but it's like a self-propulsion. So you pull a thing and then it pops up. But hers, I don't think it fully like snapped into place. Like if you remember Trinity the Tuck with the anal sign.
Mm-hmm.
Similar mechanism, just on a larger scale.
Yep. Well,
I don't think it locked into place, and I think that was the issue with the folding of the notebook.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. I think this is a good look. This was one of my favorite looks, honestly. I really like the dress. I think the hair is adorable. I really like the artistry on the sign behind her too. I thought this was a success. In fact, if I was scoring, it would have been mathematically impossible for her to be the lowest score of the night because this first half was so good for me. Like, I need to see some actual scores so I can make sense of how everything went down. Because I thought this was a success for sure.
Me too. I agree with you. This is one of my favorite looks of the night. It was definitely the top portion of my favorites. I think the dress is great. I love the artwork behind her, even if the thing didn't come up as supposed to. I love that when she was done with it, it just laid on her back and it wasn't like flopping around everywhere. It was kind of like, yep, I'm here and now I'm done and I can go. I liked it. I love her makeup. I love her hair. I like this look a lot. Very fond of it.
I like where this look was going. I think the dress is gorgeous. The hair is gorgeous. I think that is very impeccably done. The notebook part, if the reference is supposed to be the notebook itself, and that part of the garment isn't executed as well as the rest of it, I have to put it a little bit further down, but I do still think the artistry here is spectacular. It's just I wish the whole thing worked. Or I wish it wasn't even like a folded thing. I wish she had just come out with it on her back. Like there are other ways that she could have replicated it, and I wish she had done something a little bit different with it. Scores.
87.
I gave it an 88.
I'm going to give it a 78. Jean Vilogue wearing Maria Lava's Themewear.
I think this looks good from where we see it. I think it's cute from this angle.
Mm-hmm.
I like the colors. I like the fabric. I like the shape of it. It's very good from this side.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when she turns around.
Absolutely. She looks like a busted can of biscuits.
Right. You can tell that this was not made for her. And that's no shade to her. It just is not, it does not fit her well. It does not cover up everything that should be covered up in the back. So that is a shame. I do like how she delivered it. She completely owned it. That it was Maria Lava's look, which I thought was very funny. I laughed out loud when she brought
I
that
loved
up.
when she was like, I would like to thank Maria Lava because this is hers, and me because I love me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dying. I love
She's
it.
fun. She's fun for sure. But yeah, I think this doesn't quite work. I really wish we could have seen what her original look was going to be, but this is decent.
I agree with everything you said, David. From the front, it looks fine. From the back, like not the busted biscuit, but that's what it is. But that happens when you borrow things and it's not quite fitting. I love that she had the confidence to be like, I'm still gonna wear it out here because this is what I got. So I'm just gonna go out here and walk with as much confidence as I can and do it and deliver as much as I could. But it wasn't a success as far as the whole entire look of itself, but I think she handled it very well. So that's all right.
Yeah, for her having to like completely revamp everything she was doing and wear somebody else's theme wear, I think it's pretty dang good. Agreed. The back part, no. I want the wig to be bigger. I don't like this very flat to the head wig. I wish it had a little bit of volume to it. Because then I think the proportions of everything would have looked a little bit better. Because if you're going to wear this look that's not yours, at least accessorize it to the point where it looks like it was yours. Or at least do your best to cover it up. I don't know. But scores for Maria Lava.
Well, she's lucky I like it from the front. I gave it a 75.
I gave it a 71.
I'm going to give it a 68.
Logan's
I guess I'm the
in
bitch
his
when it comes
villain
to
era.
You
have been
my,
there for a
my
couple of weeks
scoring
now.
since the start of this year has been very like I sound like David.
Yep, very much.
Next up is Moy in a wig styled by Maria Lava.
Oh.
There were a few girls in the theme where I was noticing, I was like, oh, wig by Maria Lava. Got it.
Did she beg her to wear the wig?
Probably.
Practically begged her.
Well, I'm going to refrain from using vulgar words when describing this look, but I did not love this at all. This was probably my least favorite look, actually. I just thought it was a little too simple. When it's camp, I'm expecting more. And sure, you've got the back piece, but that's it. It's just the back piece that is giving camp. Everything else is giving kind of bland. So I was disappointed. I mean, clearly she sold it as well as she could with her interaction with the judges, but overall, I just was kind of disappointed by Moy. I wanted more. That doesn't work. I tried.
Muy more. I agree. I was like, that's it. Okay. We move. It wasn't nothing exciting about this look. The back piece, I thought the delivery was cute. I love that she had audience participation in her thing, in her performance. But as far as the look itself, I was like, what more. But it's fine. It fits her. It covers everything that needs to be covered. So
I love this. And I'm fine defending this on my own because I really, really enjoy this. I think for me, what it comes down to is the concept. And yes, the actual fabric of garment that she's wearing is not the most extravagant thing in the world. But I think it looks good on her. The point of this is not the garment itself. The point is the entire ensemble. And I think the ensemble is incredibly strong for this category. Having all of these slurs on the back and then having this reference of like, I loved the throwing of the plates. I don't get the reference fully, but I understood what the concept was from what she was saying and from her performance of it. So this was actually one of my favorites. She was one of my favorites in the Themewear, actually. So I'm turning into David, I guess. Scores for Moy.
I gave this a 60.
I gave Moy a 72.
I'm gonna give her an 88. Feyvah Fatale.
Feyvah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the Maria Lava wig. I have not. It is not a Maria Lava wig.
Mm-hmm. This was really good. I really like the look. This just gave me a campy vibe. I like the plates. I like that she was handing things out and Manila was licking the plates, I guess. I don't know what was on it exactly.
It was pie. It was supposed to be styrofoam pie.
They're rice.
Oh, styrofoam.
They're
rice cake. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I just was super intrigued by this look. There's a lot going on. It's a lot of fabric, but it just was just kind of silly looking in the best way. So I thought she was successful here.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sorry. Oh, I was gonna say these are rice delicacies, classic to Bulacan, which is where she's from.
Lovely. I like this look. I thought it was nicely put together. It was like I said, a lot of fabric, but it all works strangely in the craziest way. It works. I liked her delivery of this. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about this, her performance and the look itself. And I love the pie fascinator on her head.
This was my favorite of the themeware of this evening. I thought this was so perfectly fitting for camp, but it's still so glamorous of a look. I love the tiered skirt we have going on with the different colored tulle. The big billowing white top with the rice cake fascinator as well. Her makeup is gorgeous. I love the performance of it as well, passing it around, eating it. Like I thought the whole performance of this was gorge. Scores.
83.
I gave it a 78.
I was not expecting a score that low from you, Lana. That took me back.
What do you mean? It's a good score. It's a solid look.
Oh, because I'm about to give it a full.
Oh.
I love this.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to do that, but it's a solid look. I don't think anybody got fulls for me today.
I think that's the first full I've given out. Actually.
I think I gave fulls last week.
I know I gave fulls during the cast assessment for some of the promos, but I don't think I gave a full last week, actually.
I don't remember.
You did not.
Nope.
Did I give a full last week?
You gave 2 fulls.
That's what I'm about to say. I gave fulls last week.
Yeah.
I'm not giving out the fulls this week. Okay. Can't keep throwing the wild fulls.
Okay. I guess it's my turn.
Yep.
It's my turn to have the very polarizing stories, I guess. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Now, what's not going to get a full from me is Margaux.
Oh.
But I love this concept.
Okay.
I love the concept. It's not going to be a full. It's going to be a decent score. But I love this concept.
Well, what was funny is when she first came out, I'm like, this isn't camp. This isn't camp. And then I realized what she was.
Thank you, David.
And it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's camp. That's camp.
Circling back to Dusty Holes.
Right. Yeah. Got to keep the color visible. And the best way to do that is to use Margaux to douche.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought this was really funny. Yeah, I think this was like it's not an amazing look, but I like it, and just knowing how silly she went with it, that really gave her extra points for me. So I thought this was a success overall.
I thought the concept was funny. I did laugh a lot. And I was like, it took me a minute to realize what she was doing, what her concept was. And I was like, when she first came out, I was like, what are you? And then when she started performing, I was like, oh, there you are. That's what you are. And it makes sense. It was a cute concept. I don't know if I particularly like the how she put it up, like the technical, like I would have the execution
a
of
little
it. That's
lumpy.
this.
Yeah.
It's a little just basic and lumpy and just I don't know. I wanted like I would have rather been the whole thing, like just be the douche. You know, be
But
the
she
whole
is. That's
but
the thing is she is though
I mean, I
because of
get
the
it,
way
but
because of the
I
way
just
the corset goes into the skirt and then the top. Like I see it. I know
I
what
mean,
you're saying though.
I see it too, and I get it, and I'm like, okay, sure. The more I'm looking at, it, I'm like, okay, maybe that the wig helps. I just don't like the execution of it, but yeah.
I don't think the
Douche.
execution is
Douche.
No,
not
wrong
my
show,
song.
David. Wrong show,
Look,
David.
wait, that's the second time we've mentioned that show on this podcast.
I know.
I did
wrong show.
did the same thing last week, David. I did the same thing with the actual song. But go ahead, Logan.
Yeah, I don't think the execution is where I want it to be, but I love the concept. I'm curious what it is actually that's holding like underneath the skirt, like whether it's like boning, whether it's like
she said
a petticoat situation. Is it a hoop?
She said it's like some hoops.
Okay. I wish
that
it was
she's
not.
standing in. Yeah.
Okay. Because I get it, you're trying to make like that bulb shape, and I quite literally have 2 of those that look just like that in my apartment right now. Like I know this. I see her in this moment. Just I agree with I think it was what Manila was saying. It looks like trash bags.
Yeah.
It looks like a trash bag dress. It looks like Chi Chi DeVayne's trash bag dress, but not as good. Rest in power. Yeah. No.
This is trash.
No.
It looks like a
trash bag.
It looks like a trash bag.
Scores.
Trash. I gave it 82.
Bag.
I'm a trash
Bag.
I gave it a 77.
Because I think the concept is so strong, I'm gonna give this an 86.
Okay.
Mrs. Tan.
This
is a horrible photo, but this is the only full body shot we get of this look. Smile.
Right. And that was so weird to me. It was almost like they were hiding it from us. I was so confused the whole time. I'm like, why are they not actually showing it to us? And I was like, are they doing her a favor by not showing it to us? Because
probably
I liked parts of it. But the more I saw like the body part, the less I liked it. It just feels like everything was concentrated to here. Everything else was kind of an afterthought. So I'm kind of mixed on it, to be honest. And I really like Mrs. Tan. So I was hoping that this would work better for me. And I'm still confused about what it's supposed to be. She said something about folding bed sheets.
So the concept is, I guess, and hi, not a Filipino person. I'm making that clear. I guess there is a trope or a like thing against Filipino people because their chins are so long.
Oh, really?
That's at least what she was saying in explaining it. So her whole concept is to like turn that into, oh, I have a sword on my chin.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I have to say.
She said, I used the usual long chin joke.
I mean, I like this look. I thought it was a good look. I enjoyed it. I was like, it's weird, it's different, it's unique, it's camp for me. And if the trope is because of a long chin, and it's like they use it as not just the longness of the chin, but my chin can be a sword, and it could be, I'm gonna use it to cut you all these jokes. It's like the double-edged sword, and so it's like you talking about my long chin, but yeah, I liked it. I don't care. I enjoyed the look. I thought it was a solid look for me. Even the bottom of it with the strings and the pants, I was like, I don't really get it, but it's all right. Is it the best thing that she's worn? Absolutely not. But I liked the look itself.
I'm a little mixed on it. I think the concept is very strong. Knowing the little bit that we know about it, and please explain in the comments below as y'all do, and we appreciate you for it. Because these are just not references that we're going to get, unfortunately. Knowing what I know about the reference, I think it's a fun take on that. I like the shield parts that she has that she was walking with and then are now like to the right of her in this. The garment is kind of non-existent. It feels incredibly basic for me. I like the boot that goes all the way up. I think that's fun. The headpiece is lovely. I think the sword itself is very nice, but it doesn't all come together in the way that I want. It's for me, it's kind of similar in like concept and execution to what Elvira did. Like I love Elvira's concept, and some parts worked very, very well, but the whole thing doesn't work as well as I want it to. So, scores for Mrs. Tan.
I gave her 77.
I gave her an 82.
I am also going to give her a 77.
Okay.
Russia Fox turning into a goddamn table.
Okay, this was already my favorite, but when she became a table, like I was like, oh my gosh, come on. I'll just say it like this is my favorite look of the season so far. I really enjoy this. Yeah, I think it's just beautiful. Like even when we saw her later in the episode, it showed like a clip of her without the back piece on and without the rose on, and I still liked it. I think the fabric looks really good on her. I like that wig on her. Her makeup looks great. She's so good. Russia is the look queen for me this season. And you know what, Logan, can you do this for me? Hold up 8 fingers. Hold up 8 fingers. Lana, can you hold up 1 finger? She ate one down. She ate one down with this look, which is not my full cup. It's not my version of a full cup.
You.
But she ate one down on this.
Okay, David.
I felt that in my spirit. I felt
Good
that.
Good job, David.
Thank you. Well, thank you for your help, both of you.
I didn't know where that was going, and I was
I felt confused. When he told you to put up 8, I knew exactly where
I was like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I did like this look a lot from Miss Russia Fox. I thought it was really pretty. I love the roses and all of that. I felt like how you felt with Marlyn about the transitions and the way it happened. I felt it was a little clunky, but that's the only reason she's not getting a full cup from me is because her transition into the table, and it was just a little clunky. It felt off, like she was like struggling to move it and do what she had to do to get into that position, which, look, I get it. It's hard. That's not an easy thing to do, is turn yourself into a table. That's not normal. But other than that, I think she looked amazing in this moment. I really enjoyed this look from her. It was definitely my favorite look of the night for sure.
I will agree with what you both said. I think the look itself is gorgeous, but I do agree with you, Lana. The execution of the whole thing, you could tell there was a moment where she was struggling a little bit, and they literally cut the feed, and then you cut back to her having it in place. And I was like, oh no, I didn't want that.
I know it's your spot, but I just want to like interject here because I just want to give her so much props because I think her ambition is so high. So high. She is not settling for anything like less than the biggest, the most extreme, the most reveals. So I just really love her ambition.
Well, and if you had waited for 5 seconds for me to finish my statement, David, I was going to say the same thing, in that I love that her concepts are so out of the box. And she's going for it. and I appreciate that. I just hope that the execution of it all can match that at some point in this competition. So if you let me finish, David.
I mean, my point still stands too. So we just agree.
I mean, wait your turn though, David. Wait your turn.
I know. I asked if I could interject.
No, you said let me interject.
And my turn had already gone.
You could have put that in with your scores.
I said I felt.
Look, you could have just put it in with your scores.
Well, I apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm just giving you shit.
We just want to mess with you because we're shady people. That's what we do.
Yes.
They're so mean.
I know. Aren't
Yes,
we the
I am.
meanest?
Hi. Yes,
Didn't
I
we
am.
establish that Logan's the mean one?
I'm the meanest. Scores for Russia. Fox.
94.
95.
93. It's still a good score, okay, David?
Oh,
I
good
know.
scores.
I was hoping you'd go 96.
Nope. Nope. I was hoping y'all would go in the other direction. I'm like, oh, damn, okay.
No.
And I believe last up for
Yes.
Themewear was Deja.
Absolutely.
Giving a boo!
Absolutely.
Okay. She had my favorite speech of the Themewear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like this. This was another one of my favorites. I think this was in my top 3 of this category. I just thought it was so like pretty and cute. Just everything was just extreme in this, and I really like that. And obviously it's camp, so it should be extreme. She seems like somebody who would absolutely have been cast on a different show that we're not mentioning. And I'm just so happy that she's here. I'm so happy she's here because it's showing that Drag Den has people who are just as quality as Drag Race Philippines. So I'm really loving her presence.
I love this look. I agree with you, David. This was in the top 3 of my favorite looks of the night. So I enjoy this a lot. A lot. It was so good. I enjoyed her performance, how she executed it. I enjoyed it. It was a very solid look.
So the reason I was a little bit harsher on Marlyn earlier is because Deja did a very similar sort of execution with her look, and this one worked perfectly. I thought everything she did here is so good. I am keeping my eye on Deja because everything she's presented so far has been exceptional. So I love the big bow in the front, this like baby doll dress. I love that all of it, like there's this common like pink color theme going through the whole thing. The flowers look real, and I know they're not, but like they look real. Gorge.
Logan, would you call this a baby doll dress?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
In fact, I would.
Yeah, me too.
86.
Baby doll.
Fox. I know.
Yes.
I know the reference.
Russian Fox.
Okay, scores, David.
86.
Jesus Christ. 89.
90. What's 92? We're adding 3 every time. Am I easily influenced with my scores while we're here? Maybe. Perhaps I am. But yes, we get done with Themewear, and we find out that the main drag showcase for the episode is a musical.
Musical.
Barbarista de Musical.
A Malusical.
A Malusical. A Drinsical.
A drag den musical.
A drag densical.
Comedy.
Ha. Funny.
Dragdagulan na!
But you better make us go ha, or you're going home. That's what
Manila's little interjections are like actually pretty cute. I know she probably didn't write them, but they are cute. And if she did write them, good.
Good on her.
Good for her. Yeah, so we see a bit of their, going back and forth about who's taking what parts. And I love that Russia Fox is saying, well, I think we all just need to compromise on what is going to go on for this musical. Not everyone is going to get the part that they want. So we have to compromise.
And then in the next breath, not compromising.
And then cut to her not compromising.
It's okay. She's everything. She can do what she wants.
Actually, no, there's 8 other people involved in this musical, so not necessarily, but
I have a slight problem with Russia Fox in this. I don't know if it's this moment or it's
I think it's later.
Yeah, it's later. I'll wait.
Yeah.
Go ahead. But no, I did have a slight moment issue because I'm like the whole compromise thing. Like you have to compromise, and then you're like, I'm not compromising. I was talking about y'all need to compromise. I'm not going to compromise. Like, why would I compromise? I'm Russia Fox. I know what I want. I'm getting what I want. Y'all compromise, and I was like,
tell them, Russia.
Okay, girl. Apparently she got that kind of pull and that kind of strength in the room because, baby, if I was in there, I'd be like, girl, I would just be in spite to want the part just to spite her. I'd be like, no, I want the part. So we're about to argue about this part? Then let's argue about this part, Miss Fox. Let's argue about it because did
she even end up getting the part she wanted?
Yeah, she got the part she wanted because nobody else was gonna stand up to what she wanted. Because everybody else scared of Russia Fox. I'm like, y'all scared of Russia? That's what it seemed like to me. Y'all scared of Russia? Okay then. All right, because baby, right? Because I know a few girls on another show that I've seen, and I ain't just talking about Drag Race. It's a fucking Lamon's Draga who would have never took none of that. They would have been like, nope. Girl, I don't know who you think you're talking to. But she met the right crew at the right time, and they were scared of her, obviously.
Now, what you want to do isn't necessarily what you're gonna do. Vice versa.
But can I just say, I felt like the parts were so inconsequential to this musical because, like, it's all basically the same thing.
Matter.
Absolutely, I was like, just do one and go. Yeah. Once we saw the actual musical, I was like, what's the characters?
Your own main drag looks, so why does it matter?
I think I would be more concerned with who I'm paired up with.
Yeah. Because we saw. Some people,
like somebody got ate up and didn't even think they was gonna get ate up. Oop.
Because there was an agreement amongst the people that they weren't going to get ate up like that.
But they got ate up anyway.
I mean, I guess we could just go there because I didn't have anything else really in the rehearsal. Personally, so great. We're going to the musical. I have to say the way that Feyvah just like shafted Marlyn, I was like, oh no, poor baby, not this. And I thought it was just Marlyn not like being confident in the choreo, and I was like, no, she's doing the choreo. Feyvah's just doing it like at 500%. It's like, no.
Are we basing this on performance or are we basing this on look?
The scores will be on look, but
I want to talk about the performance here really quickly, which is why I'm staying here for a second.
Absolutely.
I'm basing my score on look as well.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I'm like, ooh, did I do wrong?
Because honestly, no one really stood out in the performance for me other than Feyvah.
Yeah, I had somebody stand out in a negative way, and I think it's kind of a hot take. But the person that I was... Well, the person I was most like frustrated with in this challenge was somebody who kept, like, you could tell that they were not understanding the way things are blocked for a TV show. So they kept looking all the way to the side, and I just kept seeing wig, and I'm like, I want to see your face, especially knowing that Manila told her that It was Mrs. Tan, and she told her that she had a lot of good facial expressions. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't see them, girl. Look at the camera or look forward. She was just looking to the side way too much. So that was my only kind of issue with any of the performances.
She wasn't the only one doing that, though.
It was the one that stood out to me the most because I kept just looking for her face and I was not finding it.
I think the two people that had the biggest issues with blocking were Mrs. Tan. I did notice that as well. And Jean. Jean stood out to me in a very negative way because I thought when she was, her solo, I don't think was bad. I couldn't tell you a single other thing or place or moment or thing she did.
Yeah. I mean, Russia drew my attention very much so in that pairing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm about to have an unpopular opinion here. And I am ready to stand on business to defend it. I didn't think Jean's performance was bad.
Okay.
I didn't think her performance was negative, and she didn't stand out to me in a negative way. Honestly, for me, she ate up Russia Fox in that performance.
Oh, okay.
You could disagree with me if you want to, but that's just my opinion. I feel like she ate her up because Russia's costume was so encumbersome and so big, she could not move. She couldn't do anything but a quick 2-step to the side because she couldn't move. And Jean ate her up. Was her costume simple and all out the way? Absolutely. So she had the opportunity to move. But because of that, Jean ate her up. Because all I got from Russia was you standing in one spot, moving from side to side, and taking a couple of steps up, and then moving from side to side. I was bored at Russia's performance. I looked at Jean most of the time, and then I went back and watched again just so I can make sure, and she ain't do nothing. So for me, Russia got ate up in this performance. If you compare the two with who went with who, she got ate up. My opinion.
I mean, Jean was the most forgettable person in this challenge for me. I think Elvira was another one that just didn't stand out for me in this challenge. Like when they showed her at the end, I was like, oh, I forgot about Elvira completely. But I definitely was drawn to Russia Fox. And it probably was largely to do with the costume, which I did not expect, but I was super into it. And I love Russia Fox. She's one of my favorites for sure.
What?
In case that wasn't clear.
I would have
and
never
also,
guessed.
I've been to Paris.
Would have never figured that out.
Which is not Russia, but it is a country. I mean, it's a city.
Paris is not a country, David.
He corrected. Paris is a city. Russia is a country.
France.
But Russia could be from Moscow, which is also a city.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I don't think she is.
I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really care.
I mean, last time I checked, she was from Dragdagulan, but sure.
I mean, I'm just saying maybe her character is from Moscow, not the person.
Okay.
It's just a stupid joke. Let's move on. Anyway.
Any other thoughts on the musical as a whole?
No.
I thought the musical was alright.
Yeah, I did not like the vocals in the musical.
No.
Sorry to whoever sang that.
I was like, why is the same chorus repeating 4 times?
But they did that with Sister, but they had different verses, and I was just like, I was sick of the chorus though for Sister.
That musical could have been an email. Honestly.
That musical didn't need to happen, honestly. We could have just did a different main show. But
yeah. So our main drag showdown looks are based on the concept of parloristas.
Hairstylist.
Love it. I love that we're acknowledging that femme gays exist and they are worthy because yes, period. End of story.
And they don't all have to be hairstylists, but if they wanted to be, they could be.
I'm certainly not.
I mean,
I'm not a hairstylist, but if I wanted to have a hairstylist,
if you wanted to be a hairstylist, you could.
I could go out and be a hairstylist because I am what? Sickening. You could never be a hairstylist because you are not that kind of girl.
Because you are not coordinated with scissors.
Bitch!
I'm just gonna wait till they come back. I don't know where they're going, but I'll wait till they get back.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I forgot.
It's okay. I'll just sit here and brush my hair like the hairstylist I am.
I wasn't talking to you in that moment, Lana. I was talking to David. Anyway. First three of our looks were just... It was easier to put the photos together like this because otherwise the photos look like shit. So sorry, audience. But first up, Russia Fox.
Russia Fox. I really like this. I think so. This is exactly what I think of somebody being like in a salon and getting their hair done, and she's got every sort of tool in her hair. And I just love that she created her own like extra body to like just be sitting in a chair as she walked around. It's so clever. It's so well done. She's just really impressing me when it comes to the looks. Like she puts so much effort into these, and I'm seeing you, girl. I see you. If if nobody else sees you in this panel, I see you.
Like, we've been sitting here shitting on every single thing Russia Fox has done.
That's not what I'm saying.
Both of these. It sounds like it. Damn.
No, I said if nobody sees you.
If nobody sees it.
That's an expression. Have you never heard that expression?
No.
I know, I've heard it, but I'm like...
No.
And it doesn't mean that nobody else does. It means like if there was just the one, it would be me.
David said if there was one Russia Fox fan, it's him.
If Russia Fox has a million fans, he's one of them.
David's gone.
People in the comments, you knew what I meant, right?
Yep, we're getting that validation right
Lana,
now.
Lana, I'm excited for you to tear this look apart, apparently. What do you have to
I'm
say
not
about
going to tear it apart. I never
That's
said
what
I
I
didn't
thought.
like the look. Here's my thing. I like the wig. I think it was a very good, like, the expression of being in a hair salon, and she has every tool of being in the hair salon. I like that she had the chair and added to it. Did I like the dress? No, but I get it because when you go into the salon, you ain't dressing up. You putting on something that you don't mind getting a little dirty or whatever. It's cute. It's fine. I like the concept of this. I thought it was fine. Solid look.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, you're not going to wear your good dress.
I mean, unless you're going out right afterwards. If you're getting your hair done and then you're going right out, then you know, I've done that. I've been to the salon and been like, baby, I got to change as soon as you finish my hair. Like, put the rollers in, let me go change clothes. And then when you take them out, I can be like, pop it and go because I got to go.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, no, I thought this was a solid look. I appreciate the effort that Russia puts in it. I liked it.
Yeah.
David?
I hated it, David. No, I'm kidding. Where I think the execution of the concept wasn't as strong with the table, I think here it's very successful. I absolutely love this. Just every single thing in her hair, the rollers, it's so good. And the fact that it's like levitating off the ground is like freaking me out, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't see her legs behind it. There's a shot where she's turned to the side, but it wasn't as good for everybody else. So I was like, well, I have to do it this way. So,
right.
Scores for Russia Fox.
Also, I'm just gonna say, like, if this was like the first time I was seeing this look, I would not know that everything is fake except for the face. Everything else is not her body, which is just so cool. It's so well done.
Body.
No, they're not. Those aren't her body.
Oh, she's holding up the chair.
Yep.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yep. I gave this an 89.
I gave this an 80.
87. I don't have to change the slide. Next up, Jean Vilogue. Unfortunately.
Jean. Yeah, this just is like, it's just a very simple, basic bodysuit. There's just nothing that stands out about this. This is probably my least favorite look we've seen on the show so far. Like, it's not terrible. It just like this just is a performance look. I don't see how it fits the theme at all. I'm confused.
It doesn't fit the theme at all. It's not even. You can't even be like, "Oh, I'm a futuristic hairstyle." No.
Alien is not parlor shop.
It's just nothing about it that says parlor or hairstylist, hairdresser, nothing. And this is her youth showing. It is very unpolished. It's very she doesn't cover all the things that need to be covered. I should not see panty, but we see panty in everything, and we've seen all undergarments in all of her looks thus far, which is kind of annoying. And I'm like, how is she still here? As much as I will defend her in some aspects, I will also say she just I think she has produced some of the worst looks in the show. And then the things that she has that was good didn't fit properly. So it was like, it's always something. It's always something off about everything she's worn thus far. I think the best thing that she won was her jean look. And that was the one thing that was good. And I was just like, everything else has always been an issue. Some point, it was something wrong with something. So I don't know what this is supposed to be. Theme-wise, look-wise, it wasn't good.
No, thank you. Scores?
The more I look at it, I'm going to have to change my score that I put in there.
Yeah.
The more I look at it.
I might change it too.
I have to.
I'm happy to go first because
Okay.
I know exactly what my score is.
What is it?
A plead.
Oh. Okay, I gave her 48.
I'm going to give her 40. The more I look at it, the more I don't like it. So I'm going to have to change that in the documents.
I got you.
Thank you. Because, oof.
If they document their scores beforehand, and I just go off of a feeling in the moment.
I go off of my feeling as I watch it because I wrote it down as I watched it.
Same.
But I wonder if I fell asleep during Jean. No, I didn't. I watch it. But no, I was paying attention.
I love the dichotomy now of you going, oh, Jean had one of my favorite performances.
I said she had a better performance, but
I know. I'm not calling you out. I love that where it's like performance best. Look, no.
Not best, better than her counterpart. Okay. Better than the counter. But because of Russia couldn't do anything because she was holding a huge chair. So that is
anyway.
It
was my favorite and least favorite look in the same part.
In the same thing. It's so crazy.
Yep.
So crazy. But Elvira.
Elvira.
I did that. Yeah, I did that last week.
Yep. I heard.
Every time I hear her name, that song plays in my head. I can't.
I think of The Mistress of the Dark.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but that was the song was made for her.
Was it?
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I cannot. Oak Ridge Boys, is that what they're?
Oak Ridge Boys, yeah.
Yes.
My heart is on fire. They say it was for a girl who they knew who was Elvira, and then the Mistress of the Dark came out Elvira, and they were like, "No, it's for her." And I was like, "Oh, Oak Ridge Boys, y'all so funny and camp and cute." They're like, "Actually, though." Mm-hmm. I love that about the Oak. I do like the Oak Ridge Boys, by the way.
Yep.
People would not know that about me. Anyway, Elvira.
Elvira, I think this is perfectly safe. I mean, it's a good look. It's just not something I'm going to remember. I do like the wig. I like the styling of the wig. However, it was relating to parlor, I'm not remembering now. And
this was a high concept take on Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, that's right.
Because I loved in this moment where Rufa May was like, "What's the salon?"
What's the salon?
And then she's like, "Oh, okay, it's fine."
And
it was very us when we're like, "Oh, we get the reference now. Oh, okay, it's fine."
But even
You
she
felt
was like, I
very
don't know.
hot.
I don't know how that associates with parlor. But it does. Like Edward
Scissors?
Scissorhand cuts a bunch of women's hair.
Yeah, I was gonna
in
say
the
there was a
movie.
whole. I did think it was shady though when she was like, "Well, if you don't know pop culture," I'm like, "Elvira, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up with your bitch ass in front of Rufus Quinto. Thank you."
And you know, we saw a different Edward Scissorhand look pretty recently,
Which
and
was
I'm
much better.
much better.
Better.
No.
Much better.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is fine. This is fine.
Oh,
That's all.
I don't want to jump on you. It's time. I was like, baby, it's not giving Edward Scissorhands. It's just giving you in a black outfit. But if you want to talk about people who don't know pop culture, apparently everybody in the world didn't know pop culture because nobody knew what the heck you were doing. Because I didn't get Edward Scissorhands from this. It's a fine black suit. I can't even remember if I said a 5 or a 0 for my score, but it's gonna be a 0 behind that when I get to it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's gonna match me.
I hate this look, but I like the hair. The hair's cute. That's all.
That made me laugh. I don't know why that was so funny to me. Just came out of nowhere.
I hate this look.
Okay.
Well, I don't hate it. It's a 70.
Mine is also a 70.
Am I gonna be real bad today? No, I like this more than jeans. I'll give it a 30.
Oh, I thought you were about to say, I hate this look. It's a 70 because we did it.
I really should have. I really should have. No.
I hate this look. It gets a 70. Like
it's very David coded where he's like, oh my god, this is one of the best things I've ever seen. 75.
Like, wait. What does that even mean? That's good for me. That's good for me. That's funny.
Like, what?
What?
I get to change the slide now.
Yeah.
Ooh, yay!
Ooh.
Next up, Mrs. Tan.
Mrs. Tan. Okay, now I just have negative associations because I keep thinking about that wig covering up her face when she turned to the side. But it's another one that's like fine. Like I'm not blown away. I think the problem with her is like she set the bar pretty high for herself when it came to looks in the first episode. So this is just a little bit underwhelming. And once again, I'm not really sure like how it fits the theme. It looks like she has something in her hair. But other than that,
I think she's supposed to be
the hairdresser.
A hairdresser.
Oh
yeah.
Well, I mean,
like that's with the apron and everything. That's at least the vibe that I got from it.
Yeah.
Was that she was supposed
housewife.
to be who could also cut hair.
True.
Housewives are very versatile, as we know from the Traders.
They're performers.
They are performers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Don't do that. Don't do that, David. Don't do that, Logan. That is not cool. That is not cool. Don't do that.
I didn't do
anything. Don't do that. Because when you say that about the housewives, you throw me under the bus. And I will not have it. I will not have it. I play fair with you. And I expect you to do the same with me. And you too. Both of you.
Looks at Logan.
I love that still in this scenario, I'm Dan Giesling. And
I will be party.
We had this same scenario happen when we covered the episode. Yes, go watch our review of the Traders US. Dang. But I love that in this scenario, I am still Dan Giesling.
You are. So funny.
I got it.
I am always Phaedra.
David, we were on the same wavelength for a second, and then I was like, oh. Do you get it now?
Absolutely. No, I got it the whole time.
Oh, you got it the moment.
As soon as don't do that, I knew exactly what it was.
Don't do that. Logan was a minute. Logan took a minute. He was like,
okay, I'm a little high. Okay,
I get it.
Everything is gonna process a little bit slower.
I get it. And I love watching your face when the moment you got it because at first you were like, And he's like, oh. I looked at your face, and when the moment it hit you, I was like, but back to Mrs. Tan. We're off the rails here. I'm so sorry, y'all.
That's why this podcast is going to be almost 2 hours.
Because we can't stop being stupid. Mrs. Tan, I thought this look was aight. It wasn't nothing special. It wasn't nothing great. It was, I agree with you, David. From setting the bar so high last week, this kind of was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Perfectly safe. Nothing, to put her at the bottom, but definitely not the top. But it's not.
There's a lot of this I like. I agree with you, David, about the wig. I'm getting PTSD because of the wig, because of the performance. But I actually think the wig is really lovely. I think the garment is cute. I think the color palette is cute. It's something different that we hadn't seen from Mrs. Tan. So I like that we're seeing a lot of Mrs. Tan. What I am going to start being a little concerned about is I don't necessarily know that I know who Mrs. Tan is.
Mm-hmm.
Other than very shady. That's all I know. And most of that is out of drag. So I know she's shady, and I know she gives quality and polish. But who is Mrs. Tan? And is there a Mr. Tan? I would like to know. So those are the questions I will be asking going into week 3.
I love how different she looks in and out of drag.
Oh, it is a stark contrast.
We talked about that last week. I was like, Mrs. Tan looks so different out of drag than she does in drag. I was like, this is. I feel like if she was on another show when they do the de-dragging and everybody's like, oh my god, that would be the expression she gets, like, oh my god, who are you? It's like, yeah.
Wait a minute,
right?
Who are you?
I don't even know who you are. Yes, it's
the scores from Mrs. Tan. We gotta move along.
I haven't done this one yet. 69.
Nice.
All right, I remembered this time.
Thank you.
Logan got mad at me because he said 69 and I didn't do nice.
Oh, no.
Lana was literally just like, oh, okay, who's next?
Ready to move on. I was ready to go.
I was very angry about it.
I did not even realize she did a 69, so I'm so sorry.
Nice, David. Very nice.
Thank you.
I gave it a 73.
I knew I liked this more than both of you. I'm going to give it a 77.
Okay.
Next up, Marlyn.
Now, this one I like a lot. Yeah.
Too.
This is my second favorite of the night. Well, as far as this category goes, I thought it was so adorable. I love how she brings, like, I don't know if P-pop is similar to like J-pop as far as like the outfits that they wear, but that's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. And
I would, for the little bit that I know about it, I would say that it's like, it's got the energy of like K-pop performers, but with the like, I'm going to go ahead and say campiness, because it's a lot of campiness in J-pop.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was super cute. I really like this wig, the scissors. So yeah, okay, it's just the scissors that are making it fit the theme, but I kind of don't care. I kind of don't care.
But also the hair, like the hair is extravagant. So
true, but she always has a hair that's extravagant. So I
Look
like
here.
it a lot.
Yeah, look, I rather it be one thing to say what the theme is than nothing to tell me what the theme is. So I'm very happy with this. She gave us the theme. Her hair is great. I like this look. I agree with you. It's my second favorite look of the night on this category. It was my second favorite. It actually tied somebody. So it's like, I liked it. If it was up to my score, what happened would have never happened.
No.
Period.
Same.
Agreed.
So I don't know what to judge. I need to see some statistics, some static, some data, some information to let me know how we judging here. But,
I know how we're judging, Lana. It's just because drag is a male-dominated industry. And drag is mostly done by men. And so she just needed to step up her personality because it's mostly just done by men. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know whether it was Manila's intention in that whole moment to sound like that.
That's what it sounded like.
But the words came out of her mouth. And I'm not going to put up the rant banner because I don't want to go find it, quite honestly, and I don't care enough. But I was just very frustrated with Manila in this judging, saying that drag is a male-dominated industry when, and I'm not here to speak on Filipino drag as a whole because I don't know. I know parts, and the parts I know I really enjoy. I'm not here to speak on that. I'm here to speak on my drag experiences and the drag history that I know. And drag as we know it today, in the Western sense of drag, would be nothing without women, and specifically trans women, and more specifically, trans women of color. So for Manila to sit here, having, I know for a fact, worked with several fabulous trans entertainers and several fabulous female entertainers over her years, she would not have the platform she has today if it were not for women. And I got so angry hearing her say this. And whether it was her intention, intention does not always equal impact. And the impact on me was very heavy. And I felt frustrated hearing her talk to Marlyn in this moment.
I was taken aback, but I was like, I don't know what she means. I want to know what she meant by that. So I just left it, instead of letting it get me frustrated and flustered and angry with Manila, I was like, I wonder what she means by that. So I'm open. Hopefully she'll say something to let me know what she meant by that. Because sure, a lot of drag now is done by men. But even then, a lot of the men or a lot of the drag performers are either non-binary, trans. So it's a lot of different factors to drag these days and now. And even though cis women do drag and are now becoming more and more, I guess, exposed, like giving us more exposure to everybody else who maybe not know drag history that much. I don't know how long or who some of the bigger names in the drag scene who are cis women, but I'm sure they're there. So I just want to know what she meant by it. I'm not gonna, like I said, her intent may not have been that, but her impact, like you said, on somehow it impacts people differently. Was like, I wonder what she meant by that. That was my whole thing. I just wonder what she meant by that.
But I love Marlyn's look.
Well, and I just want to, I want to comment on it too, because I was definitely like cringing a little bit when I heard that from Manila. But Manila is somebody that Logan and I have definitely followed for many years. Yeah. Somebody that we respect. The Manila I know, I don't think she meant it how it sounded.
And
but
that's why it hit me a little bit harder, because I was like, this is not the Manila brought a fucking maxi pad gown to All Stars 4 and was told she couldn't wear it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, and I agree with you, David. I was like, not to take your moment. I'm so sorry. I'll give you.
It's okay.
In a second. I was just like, this is not the Manila I know. So I was just like, what is, I'm very confused.
Yep. I think she is just seeing, like, there's something clearly different with Marlyn and how her personality is being conveyed compared to everybody else in the cast. That's just a fact. Like, she is not the biggest personality. It's not even close. And we saw that in the cast assessment. Like, I remember bringing that up. And so she's probably like, what is different? Like, and that's just the easiest thing to go to. Well, this is the only cisgender woman here. So maybe she's just fading because these men and like are just here like dominating personality. And she's like, maybe she was thinking like, you just gotta make sure to be on that same level because you're competing with all these guys. And honestly, it's not the easiest industry for cisgender women. And we see that constantly. Even watching Dragula, we saw the first cisgender woman just get such a tough time from all of her competitors. And so I really do think Manila was coming from a pure place, but it did not come across well. So I'm going to give her grace.
Also, Marlyn's not the only woman on this cast.
I know. Yeah. I was saying
I was also just like,
women.
no, I'm not saying to your point. I'm saying to Manila's point also. Like, not everyone else in the competition is a man. So,
I mean, if her intent was to light a fire under Marlyn, I think she went about it the wrong way of going about it. Like, you could have just been like, girl, your personality, you are fading. She didn't have to say anything about being in a male dominant. She was like, your personality against these queens are fading in the background. And this is the competition, which is facts. And this is the competition, and you need to step it up. Leave it at that. That's the same energy and giving her the same critique without saying anything about it being a male dominant thing. Yeah. Just cut that whole part out. You need to light a fire under your butt because you're fading.
But Marlyn's look is great. It's gorgeous and lovely. And I really didn't have much to say about it. So I'm glad I spent most of my time ranting about Manila. Scores for Marlyn.
I gave her 85.
That is exactly what I gave her.
That is also what I'm going to give her.
Nice.
Yeah. Feyvah Fatale. Ooh.
First of all, unrelated, but Feyvah Fatale, if you're watching this, hit me up. Slide in my DMs. You are so cute. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Brandy now, okay.
I guess so, because every time I see Feyvah out of drag, I'm like, oh, you are very, very attractive, but also very attractive in drag too. And I like this look quite a bit. I know Logan and I have seen this type of look before. Is it the best version that I've seen? No. Is it the worst version? Definitely not.
Lana's seen some too.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I've seen hair
okay.
looks.
I can't think of any directly offhand that Lana.
Not this year. Not this year.
Okay, but
I've seen some.
Yeah, I thought this was very cute. Like when this type of look is done well, it really works for me, and I think she did it well. Like I love the braids. We often see this with like darker hair. We don't see it with blonde hair too often. So I thought that was a nice touch.
I like the look. I thought she did it well. I like it fits the theme perfectly. It's like, look, I'm hair. It is what it is.
I'm hair, I'm queer.
I'm here, I'm queer, I'm everything. Cut me up, slice me up, make me pretty. I loved it. I thought it was good. And I love how they would frustrate Logan to no end with these dad jokes.
Disgusting. Anyway, Feyvah looks gorge. I love that the whole thing is just hair.
It's just hair.
That's all we need, hair. The garment is nothing to write home about, if I'm being honest. It looks good on her. It's clearly like it's rhinestoned within an inch of its life.
Mm-hmm.
She looks great. Yeah, that's all, really. Scores.
It's going to be an 82 for me.
It's going to be an 87 for me.
I'm going to give it a 79. Next up, Moy.
I think Moy had one of my favorite moments in the episode when Manila was like, yeah, I couldn't really see your mouth like matching up with lip sync. And she's like, the lips don't move. I thought that was so funny. I think it's a cute look. It's a little like I almost said pedestrian, but it's not pedestrian. It's definitely like if I saw somebody walking down the street wearing this, like if I was in France, I'd be like, oh, wow, you look very fashionable. I think it's cute. it does feel like it barely fits the theme. Like it's like, let me put this head on top so it fits the theme, but I like my look. So okay, it worked for me. It's not the best on the stage by any means, but I did enjoy it.
Baby, she was like, look here. I brought this leather outfit and I am go wear it. Doggone it, I'm go wear this leather outfit. And I don't care what the theme is. I'm gonna make it work because I'm wearing this outfit. Hairdresser theme. What can I do? What you know what? Give me this mannequin head, dog. I'm gonna stick it on my head. Theme. I'm in theme and I'm gonna make it work. She was determined to show us this red leather outfit. And honestly, she could put that red leather outfit back in her bag and not bring it back out because it was okay. I ain't gonna say that. It was okay. I'm gonna change that. It was okay. I just was like, theme wise, it was alright. It was alright. Not my favorite, but it was alright. Oh, I'm changing my score. I just look what I gave her. No, I'm changing that. No.
The look is cute. I like the boots. I like the power suit. What does this have to do with anything, bitch? Like I don't. It's not bad. I like this little ornacia situation she's got going on in her head. But that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think she looks really, really good. I don't know how this fits the category. But scores
77.
I'm giving her 60.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm changing that.
I'll give her a 67.
Ooh. I think she looks cute. I'm surprised. Okay.
The theme for it all for me. It's the theme of it all.
Next up, Deja.
Well, she's another one I didn't get a lot of the theme from.
Dang, I'm changing my score again.
I know. I'm still getting that housewife vibe. Like, I don't know. Housewives, they really do cut hair, I guess. But I think she looks super cute in this still. Like, yeah, it's hard for her to go wrong for me when it comes to looks. Like, this is not her best look, but I still think it's adorable. Like, I really like the fabric. I like the shape of it on her. I really like the wig. Yeah, for me, even though it's not like really on theme, I still like it.
I mean, it's cute. It fits her well. She looks good in it. It's just not on theme. That's the only thing. But it looks cute. It's a cute dress that you would wear to a garden brunch.
Yeah, I guess I was getting more the theme with the way that the hair was done in this kind of like perm style. That's where I was going with it. I don't think it nailed the theme on the head. I will go ahead and say that. But I think what she is wearing is cute. I like the turn of shoulders in this A-line dress. She looks lovely. So I was going more perm than anything with the category. Mm-hmm. But I think there are people that hit the category a little bit better than Deja did. So scores.
80.
78.
79.
Okay.
Lovely.
And last up, Margaux.
You know what? This group this group of girls.
Yeah, we ended on a good.
I'm changing the score for her too.
They did not quite hit the theme, but
I don't know what Wonder Woman has to do.
I know I literally got
Parlor.
superhero. Is this not like Wonder Woman?
This is Wonder Woman, but pink.
Yeah, I think it's cute though. Yeah, like it's cute. I just didn't get the theming for it. Also, I think it looks a little odd in the crotch area. It's almost as if the bodysuit's not like going directly down the middle.
Oh, that is that is the thinnest strip of fabric.
Yeah. And isn't it like more to one side than the other?
Yeah. I feel like if any
it might be the angle we're looking at it though, because we're looking at it from the side.
I don't know if I would have put that on, baby. It'd have been sucked up in the.
Is that just a bodysuit, or is that like, are the tights attached? Like, I can't even tell there.
I don't know.
'Cause it
She looks
does
like
look
padded to the
smooth.
gods.
It looks padded.
Oh,
To
yeah,
the,
the
yeah, I'm about to say
body-
she looks padded.
If there's one thing I can say about Margaux is that the body has always been good.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate her because not a lot of the girls on this cast are giving body in that way. And I love a girl that does give body in that way.
Right.
And if you're going to do it correctly. And Margaux does it correctly.
If you're gonna do it right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think overall she looks pretty good, even if it doesn't match the theme as well as I wanted to. I think I'm gonna lower my score a little bit too. I like the wig also. I like big voluminous wigs.
It's fine. That's all I got.
It's all right. The wig is cute. I'm going off of a similar premise to what I just talked about with Deja, where I'm going off of big hair as the idea. And, the big hair is big hairing to an extent. The garment itself, like, she looks fine. I'm just confused as to why she's wearing this. So.
What was the reason?
But she came in and she was like the superhero one at the end, though. She's like, she brought everybody together. I don't know. Scores.
72.
I gave her 71. 70? 73.
3.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going in that direction. But,
Mm.
do we want to talk about the backstage drama first or the Dragdagulan first?
Let's do the Dragdagulan first, since that happened
That happened first.
So we are now going to move to the
Dragdagulan.
and completely by random fate, we choose our competitors for the.
Dragdagulan.
And now, see, I'm convinced here because we end up with Margaux, Mrs. Tan, and Marlyn competing in the. Oh no, I didn't have them. Competing in
Dragdagulan.
And I still think my theory stands where they put the bottom girls and the top girls in the Dragdagulan. At least that's the way it's been the last couple of weeks, because I do think there is a shot that Mrs. Tan is towards the top of the rankings overall for this week.
I'm also wondering if when they draw the names, they do not put them back in until everybody has been cycled through. Because we didn't have any overlap from the two remaining people that performed in it last week. So I'm wondering if the next week is going to be three other.
Feyvah, Russia, and Moy. It's Feyvah, Russia, Moy, and are the only ones that have not competed in the Dragdagulan.
Who is the fourth one?
You kind of like that.
Jean.
Jean. Okay.
Vilogue. Yeah, Jean, Russia, Moy, and Feyvah.
Wouldn't surprise me if it's three of those.
I think that could be the case.
So Jean probably be at the bottom.
Jean should have gone home this episode and shouldn't have had a chance to be in the Dragdagulan.
Absolutely. But,
Even though we
okay.
like her and we
like-
feel bad for her.
Do we?
I do like her as a
I do.
person. I do feel bad for her because I feel like she's getting a bad rap. But we'll talk about that later.
I don't even really think I like her that much as a character, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't love any of the beef they have, because I'm not even really a huge fan of Margaux. If I'm being honest, like, as a character, I don't think she's giving anything that I'm particularly like loving. And the people that are giving the things that I'm loving are Rush Fox and Deja and Feyvah Fatale.
Mrs. Tan.
Yeah, I'll put Mrs. Tan in there. But we've got these three in the Dragdagulan lip syncing to Morena by Roxanne Barcelo. Now, what did we think of the...
Dragdagulan.
I had a clear winner.
I also had a clear winner.
Mhm.
Yeah, me too.
Clear winner, Lana.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
I thought the right person won. I thought Mrs. Tan
Yes.
was definitely the standout, and her wig didn't get in her face the whole time, so I appreciated that. I really was impressed with Marlyn though as well. Like she is so good at wig reveals. Like this is the second episode in a row where she did this seamless wig reveal, and like it was like a blink and you miss it sort of thing. So I'm very impressed with her. She was having a lot of fun out there. For me, the weak one here was Margaux. She was performing well, but it was just a lot of redundant things. It was just a lot of like marching back and forth on the stage, but she did have power behind it. But overall, I think I like last week's better.
Yeah, I do too. I think Mrs. Tan was definitely the clear winner of this for sure. But I feel like it was a lot of tricks and little props and things that she brought out that kind of pushed her to that point. Whereas with Marlyn, she gave us the wig reveal. She brought the bucket and gave us washing the clothes right there. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was giving us she tried the whole sexy vibe thing and it worked. And I was like, okay, Marlyn, I like what you're doing. I appreciated it. I felt that the camera did her dirty because we didn't see half of what she was supposed to do. Like we saw it off in the distance. And I was like, could we see what she doing? Like she looked like she's doing something interesting over there, moving her body, and we can't see it because y'all focusing everywhere else but there. Margaux, I think she was the one who was standing in conviction of what she was doing. It was like, if I'm gonna be out front, I'm gonna make sure everybody see what I'm doing. Even if I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again, I'm gonna make sure I'm up front and everybody see me doing it. So I look like, because to me it felt like I think one of the judges said Marlyn and Mrs. Tan saw Margaux up front doing her thing, and they were like, "Wait a minute, we need to come up here. And, we need to come up here before they don't see us no more." And so I was like, "Okay." I didn't think she was super, super, super bad, but I was just like, out of the three, she was the weakest for me.
Yeah, I also agree that I think Mrs. Tan was the best in this. I would honestly say Margaux and Marlyn were kind of on a similar sort of level for me. I did like the moments that Marlyn had with the very seamless wig reveal, with the washing the dresses. I thought that was maybe my favorite individual moment. But otherwise, like if you're watching all three of them together, she fades into the background, unfortunately. At least for me. I thought Margaux gave a decent performance. She was there. I looked at her and cool. But I thought Mrs. Tan had the gags. She had the lyrics. She had everything down. And I thought it was a very successful situation for her, which was correct because she won.
Deserve
indeed.
This week was deserved. Last week was not.
Yes. And Manila can't even finish the damn sentence before she goes, "I'm keeping immunity."
Even though she didn't need it, I didn't think she was even close to needing it.
No.
I wish she would have saved Marlyn though.
I love that she just walks off. And Manila's like, "Oh,
Manila's
okay.
like, oh, okay.
Bye.
I guess.
Bye, girl.
Bye, girl.
Bye, girl.
But Mrs. Tan probably didn't need it. And we find out that our bottom three are Margaux, Marlyn, and Jean.
Didn't make sense.
I don't understand. That didn't make sense. I don't
get it.
I did not get that at all. I am very upset about this elimination. Because it just seemed like it was no merit behind it. Like, I understand her personality isn't as strong as everybody else, but you can't deny what she brought to the show and what she brought on that runway. Like, you cannot deny that. And I'm like, even tonight in this episode, her look was way better than several people on this stage. several people on this stage. And her performance in the musical wasn't horrible. It wasn't as bad as some other people's performance. So I'm kind of like, I need to see sheets, data. I need to see all the judges' cards because I don't understand these scores. The math just ain't mathing in my brain. Like, I can't process this, and I'm very sad and hurt because I really like Marlyn and she was part of my team, and I am very annoyed.
So. Yeah, Jean should have got home.
Period. Absolutely.
Period. I'm tired of the drama between her and the other girls. I'm tired of whatever. Honestly, Marlyn or Margaux could have gone, and I would have, or not Marlyn. Margaux or Jean could have gone, and I would have been like, okay.
Yeah, I would have preferred either of them to go. I do feel bad for Jean, though, because, like, I don't think she's starting the drama. She's just part of it. She's being dragged down into it.
But also her drag is not, quite frankly, and honestly, not someone that does drag yet. But, like, her drag is not at the same level as everybody else here in the competition.
Understood.
And I'm frustrated now that there are two people that have been eliminated who probably would have shown bigger and grander looks.
Yeah.
I'm sure,
but her place in the competition is valid and her drag is valid. It's just I'm more excited to see what Marlyn would have done and what Maria Lava would have done as opposed to what Jean is going to do.
Here's my thing. Should Jean have gone home? Absolutely. Because I don't feel like she's up to par with what's been coming out. Do I feel like she is getting a bad, unfair rap at Backstage with these girls? Absolutely. And here's my issue that I have with Russia Fox in this episode. Because why did you have to go off on that girl like that? What was the reason? And not you just going off, but you are napping and calling her out her name. She's a dumb bitch. She's this, she's that. Like, why? What is the reason? Because she just said your costume was too big and you didn't know you couldn't do anything. You couldn't. Your costume was too big. And if the blocking was off and she like, you didn't even listen in rehearsal. You didn't even, like, what was she supposed to do when you got this big old chair that you have on stage? You didn't bring out the chair when doing the rehearsal, so how was she supposed to know your costume was a chair? It just didn't make sense to me how she was going off on this girl because she said you couldn't move and she thought she did a better performance. That's what she think. That it don't matter if you feel like you did a better performance than her, then be secure in your own performance and know you did a better performance than her. It don't matter what she say. It don't matter what nobody say. I know what I did. I did a better performance than you. Girl, it is what it is. But you going off calling her out her name and you yelling, and it's not a good look for you either, because now both of y'all look dumb. And it's on TV and you look, because your big old age, you look even stupider because you've been in this game longer than she have, and your big age should know better than that. And you let a queen who's 22, 6 months in the game, get under your skin like that, to have you going off on national on TV like that. Like, you should know better than that. You should be better than that. You well seasoned. You know better than that. You know better than that. Let the new girl think she did better than you. Okay, girl. We'll let the judges decide that. You be all right. You be breezy. You be easy. But you going off. It ain't a good look for her. It wasn't a good look for Jean. Both of them came out looking bad in that situation. I was like, this ain't a good look for y'all. And it was so petty and unnecessary because you mad because she said she did better than you in a performance. Girl, bye. No, that was childish. I know y'all want to defend it. Go ahead, defend it. Go ahead, defend it.
No, it was my favorite moment from her.
Okay. I'm not gonna say a damn thing.
I was about to say go and defend it because I know y'all could go come for Russia, but I just
don't say y'all. I'm not in this y'all. I'm kidding.
No, I was talking to David anyway. I never even said your name.
But you said y'all.
I said go first. I said go and defend it because I know you want to, and then you started saying something.
I was nodding along with you at points,
okay.
Lana.
Okay.
We're in agreement here.
I was too busy talking to look and see if you were not in agreement. But I'm sorry. But okay.
That's okay.
I'll apologize. unlike some people on the channel. I apologize.
Maybe next episode.
For saying y'all and including you, Logan, when you weren't included. Mm-hmm.
This narrative that I'm just a bitch.
You're the mean one.
I don't know that I like this narrative anymore.
Okay.
Anyway, we say goodbye to Marlyn. I'm very upset and sad and depressed about it.
I have heartburn over it.
I have heartburn too.
My heartburn.
My heartburn.
She better be posting all of her looks on Instagram because we are missing out. I'm so frustrated.
I know we are.
Yeah. Well,
Draft
it's time for draft update, David.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought David.
It's up to you, David.
Oh, you want me to read it? Ooh,
Absolutely.
I've
You're
never.
the one in charge of drafts now.
I know, but I've never read the draft scores. Okay, well, let me pull.
I
it
don't have it
on.
up, so
I don't either, but I can pull it up pretty quickly. So, just to remind everybody, the teams: Lana has Deja. She has Mrs. Tan. She had Marlyn. Oh, and then David has Feyvah, Fatale, Russia Fox, and Margaux. And then Logan has Elvira, Moy, and then had Maria Lava. And then
doomed.
Team Cup is Jean Vilogue. So it looks like in last place is Team Cup.
Well,
and then with 12 points in third place is Logan.
Yeah.
In second place with 15 points is Lana. And in first place with 19 points is David.
Wow.
It's just going to be look. I think it's going to happen like they did the other one. Next week, David's going to. It's going to look like our traders draft. You're going to lose next week, and then it's going to start all over again. The rotation is just going to keep.
Oh no, I genuinely think my team is doomed.
I think Lana has a good team. I think you have a solid 2 people left.
I do too. I'm very.
And I don't feel confident in either of my people.
Yeah.
So
I think Margaux, Jean, and Team Logan could be some of the next 4 to go.
Thanks, David. I really appreciate it.
You were allowed to say it, but I'm not allowed to agree with you?
No, I really well, I didn't say when they were going to go. I just said I'm worried. But anyway, we get a slight preview for next week where someone might be saved with immunity. But more importantly, because Alaska is joining Dragdagulan. It's so camp of her to do that. I love it.
I was wondering if it was just going to be Dragdagulan contestants from season 1 coming back.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Well, they have to fill all the episodes because there's only 8 people from the first season.
Well, how many episodes are there this season?
10? I don't know.
Who knows?
Could you imagine if like 7 people from the first season were drag guests on duty? Well, is she the enforcer or is she the agent on duty?
She's the agent.
Oh.
I think so.
I thought she was the drag enforcer. Because that would make a little bit more sense. Because at least from what I understand, the drag agent on duty role is supposed to be someone that knows Filipino drag culture.
Oh,
Manila
you could
doesn't.
be right. That's fair. That's fair. You're probably right then.
Because that was the big criticism they got from season 1 was that Manila coming in as an American, having Filipino heritage, obviously, but being an American, she's not as, understand. So I don't know.
Guess
we'll have to wait and wait.
Oh my god, could you imagine if it was? Oh my god, I'm imagining like Alaska, and then if the drag agent on duty is like Barbie from last season, like their dynamic, I feel like would be very fun because I loved the dynamic we had between Rufa and Pura Luca Vega in this. Pray for him.
Can I just say, like, the moment, rewind it if you just saw it, when Logan's like, can you imagine if, oh my God, can you, Oh my God. And you were just like having this story go on in your mind. And we were just like, okay, we're ready to find out. It reminded me of
I'm high.
it reminded me of Alyssa Edwards writing her roast jokes and be like, oh no.
Oh no, girl.
Can you imagine if
Santino, please shut the fuck up with your no drag knowledge mouth. One of my favorite drag channels literally just reviewed that episode, and I watched their review this morning, so I remember that whole episode. Anyway, more things that we're talking about that Lana doesn't know about. And on that note, you going on about us being the shady ones when really the shadiest one here is Lana. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us for 2 hours worth of Drag Den content, because that's what we've been giving you on this occasion today. Let us know in the comments, do you agree with the elimination? Do you disagree with the elimination? Should Jean Vilogue have gone home instead? What are your thoughts on, I don't know, Russia Fox? Did you enjoy Rufa Mae Quinto? What did we get wrong in this review? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because if you've made it through 2 hours with us, then you clearly like us a little bit. So a subscription would be beautiful and lovely and greatly appreciated. Memberships coming very soon. Ooh. So hit the bell so you know exactly when we post anything and everything on this channel. We've got 2 other channels as well for Almost All Things Reality TV and Almost All Things Eurovision Song Contest. So make sure to go down into the link tree in the description below and subscribe there. You can also get all of our social media links as well at The Cut Pod, also on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You could go follow the 3 of us as well. I can't do this fake sipping thing that they're doing because then it blocks my face when
it was real.
But I guess I'm doing it now. Make sure to go get your merch, including but not limited to cut mug, available down below. You can follow the 3 of us down below as well. And with that being said, cheers.
Cheers. Bonsoir. Escargot. Gratitude. Croissant.
Y'all have full permission to send hate comments to David.
No.
No.